Hi everybody, hope you're all doing well. Thank you for coming and being here today. I wanted to do kind of another, game-ish thing. It's not really a game, but basically I went and I will insert the clip after, but I went and had Meko, my cat, try to pick out the palette that I should wear today. And I picked 5 palettes that I really haven't played with too much. I've maybe swatched them or used a shade from the palette, but just want to kind of concentrate on using the palette itself. So yeah, I will put in that clip for you now. This is Meko. He's going to be our helper today as we attempt to pick out an eyeshadow palette for me to wear. Now, I picked 5 eyeshadow palettes that I have not used like in their entirety to make a look. So I thought I would lay them out and see which one he just goes to, and that's what we'll use. Also, don't you love how he just leaves giant pieces of fur everywhere? I just vacuumed this carpet this morning. So, we have some Profusion palettes. We have Two Juvia's Place and then a Ruby May as well. So we'll see if he's at all interested in even what they are. Hey! Oh, which one was it? Which one do you think I should wear? Huh? Which one gives you the most interest? Okay. So was that our answer? Was that our answer? You don't like any of them, do you? Okay, well, he first went over definitely here. Let's see. Meko, you like any of these? And we're just gonna step over them all. I'm guessing that's a no. Yeah, that's a no, right? None of these are very exciting. All right, well, I guess we're gonna have to do one of these, either the Spectrum or the Rubies, and that's, we'll figure it out. So it seems like he was drawn more towards the Profusion palettes, and in the spirit of fun, we will definitely continue with the brighter one, although the red one would have worked too for Christmas, but whatever. We're gonna go with the Spectrum today and just play with a lot of matte, bright colored shades. I'm excited to see how well this blends. We'll just kind of see here. I think I'm gonna just kind of do a no talking kind of tutorial-esque thing. Maybe I'll throw in a little bit of ad-libs there, but I just kind of want to play with this, see what happens, and we'll see what kind of look we get. I think today I'm going to focus more on the cooler tones, not only because I'm drawn to them, because it is my dear best friend's birthday today, and he adores cool-toned shades, especially purples, blues, greens, all that good stuff. So we're gonna see what we can whip out today, and yeah, just have some fun, play with makeup, the good old time. All right, so I think for this look, we're gonna go in with more of the greens kind of into the crease and probably a bit of the deepest blue into the outermost portion of the crease. Then I'll probably end up cutting my crease by just putting concealer kind of in the front half. We'll probably just do a half cut cut crease, and then probably pack it with purple, I think. We'll see. But we'll see how well these all blend. Yeah, it'll be interesting just to see how this Profusion bright, vivid, bright colors blend. We'll see. All right, so the green ain't my favorite. Did not go on as pigmented as I wanted, but I think will be a nice start to this little look. I'm gonna move into kind of this peacocky color, then I'll probably go into Bermuda and then into nautical on the outermost portion. But yeah, I'm not loving that there isn't much pigment. At least for me, you probably look at this and think I look like the Hulk or something, but I want more pigment in my shadows, and I'm using a somewhat fluffy-ish brush, but it does have enough density that I should be able to pack on a decent amount of color, and this is probably going in 10 times down into the pan and getting this. I expect a little bit more from a shade that comes up looking so bright. So, Also, this palette's only $5. I am certainly not asking for the moon, the world, the sun, the stars, all that, but just so you know, it's okay for me. The blend of it is actually all right. It looks kind of nice. So we'll see where it all goes. Now I'll go into the peacock color. And know when you're trying to blend mattes in together, especially two different shades, kind of overgo where you want to go with the next shade. So my next shade, I'll probably put the placement more here, which is kind of overlapping where I have that other green shade, so that we can really meld the two together and that they have a really pretty blend seamlessly into one another. All right, so I've added in that peacock color. Now with a lot of blending, especially with mattes, you're gonna have to go back in and re-intensify colors. And already, because Lucky wasn't that bright of a green, we're gonna have to go back in and add in some more of it and really get that blend in between popping. All right, so I've now gone in and added Bermuda, which is a very, very light, like pink. No, wrong. It is a light blue. Help me, colors. But it's interesting because you can't really see too much of it. It looks kind of just like the peacock color has been faded out, which should be fine. I'm now going to go into Nautical, and I'm hoping that Nautical will give me a bigger punch of that blue color and kind of place that right within the crease and really get it all blended out. So I think I'm going to keep this look without purple and just keep with the green and blue theme. So I think I'm going to go into Bermuda, that lightest shade, and pack that all within kind of this front portion of the cut crease. All right, so I've gone in and cut the crease. I've put Bermuda all over kind of that cut crease area, along with going into Peacock and then Nautical. And Nautical is not a good shade. A lot of these shades are actually very disappointing, which is sad because I've used so many Profusion palettes and have been so happily impressed with them. But this one, the cool tone shades aren't really cutting it for me. It still is a pretty look, and I'm excited to kind of finish it out and do something on the lower lash line with green to really bring in the green. But yeah, it's not my favorite. I had to work really hard to get this, and with the right matte shades, you shouldn't have to work that hard. There's also a ton of fallout, so I'm glad, again, that I do shadow first, base second. With that in mind, I'm going to put on my base, and I will bring you back in for the lower lash line. All right, everyone, so here I've put on pretty much the rest of my face except for mascara, and I want to obviously do that lower lash line. I think what I'm going to do is really concentrate some green color underneath, maybe take a little bit of Nautical on the edge just to kind of bring in that deeper blue, but I really want the green to pop because I think it would be a really pretty contrast to kind of show that green. I have a lip combo on that has a little bit of that blue tint. I kind of did more of a bluey green highlight as well, just really playing off of that blue and green and really having fun. You know, play with makeup, use it as something, as an art form or whatever it is for you. Don't worry about always what it's gonna look like at the end. Like, I kind of go into things a lot of the time worried about, oh, how's this gonna look? How's it gonna turn out? And I don't always love when I hear trust the process, but really trust the process. Things will all kind of follow through and work out. And even though this is not a look that I would definitely rock probably all the time, I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. It's different. I love glitzy glitter, so I love challenging myself to stick with kind of matte shades like this, and it's pretty. It's a really pretty look. So I'm going to go in, smudge out that lower lash line with some of that green and perhaps a little bit of that blue, and throw on some mascara, and we'll close it on out. All right, and here we have it with some green underneath, and I kind of blended in a little bit of the deepest blue of Nautical and a little bit of Bermuda right underneath, and then threw on some lashes, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I am surprised yet again. just what you are able to do when you just set your mind to being able to do something, you can get it done. When I look at this palette, I'm not extremely drawn to it because I see beautiful shimmer, because obviously there isn't any. But I am drawn to it because of the bright shades. Now, I do think I was able to get, because I used those four, I was able to get, I think, a pretty decent read on all of the colors. This blue, though, is definitely not as deep, and I think the green is not as bright, but we were able to make it work. I think I definitely got the color as best as I could payoff-wise. Whenever using kind of cheaper, I will say, mattes like this is kind of what I suspect, is that it's not going to be a super pigmented matte shade, especially in colors that are this vibrant. Like this lightest blue, I was able to kind of pack over. I used some of this Gerard Cosmetics. I forget if they just call this clean canvas eye base. So I used this to cut my crease and then packed on the lightest blue. But even the lightest blue, you can see the difference. This is almost like a robin egg blue. It's very bright, but onto the lid, it's really not as bright. And what's interesting, I guess if maybe I would have gone in with my finger and packed it on, perhaps I would have had a bit more luck. But really, I think when you go in with just here's a dirty one, but a flat kind of shader brush, if I'm going into a really matte pigment and pressing it on, I should be getting the same amount of payoff than I do on my finger, but whatever. I think it still all worked out. It looks pretty. I'm excited, and I'm always kind of grateful, I suppose, of being able to create looks that I don't really expect I'll like, because I kind of went into this and looked at the palette for a long time and didn't know what I wanted to do, and thought about even playing in with some of the purple, but I just stuck to the blues and the greens, and it's pretty. I like it. So yeah. That was this little video. Thank you to Meko, of course, and Matthew for helping me pick out the palette and, you know, some shades that I should wear. All right, everybody, I hope you are having a great holiday season, and wherever you are and whatever you may be doing, I hope you are able to do something you love every single day. All right, see you on the next one, guys. Bye.